standardized. Okay. And then we have infrastructure and orchestration, right? So the actual environment where everything runs, and then it must be secure, always available, and then reproducible. Who can tell me what reproducible means? Who can tell me what reproducible means? Can anybody tell me? Can anybody tell me? Anybody attempt?
Means when a system you create a system that is standard and anybody can always replicate it and you follow the same process and get the same results.
Beautiful. So basically like an automated coded workflow, right? And that's a bit, so they eliminate all those manual steps, that you typically always want to do. And like you said, anybody can come in and see what you've done and replicate it, so to speak, right? It also helps to build some form of transparency and auditability for your source can be auditable, because if anybody can come in to use what you've done, right, it means that everybody understands what you've done and they're able to audit everything that you have built so far, right? So well done on that answer. I really like the answer a lot. And then an example of this is, okay, when I have an example.
Yes.
What is it?
I'm moving on.
All right, so sorry about that. Like I told you, I'm still at work. So, okay, and then we have one more called downstream enablement. All right, the whole point of this is, making the people who come after you successful. Very important. And I don't want to say Nigerian, so I don't want to be stereotypical, this call. But one thing that I've seen, especially with when people call me and say, okay, come and join a team for like 3 or 4 months and let's work on this together, is that sometimes you can spend 1 month, maybe even 1.5 months for a 3-month project, trying to figure out the entire database. While we have things like, for example, I know DPT has an MCP server that can help one to understand things easily, and it's a game changer. But why wasn't there proper documentation? Why wasn't there proper reproducibility, like you just mentioned earlier, right? And that's where downstream enablement comes into play, because we're ensuring that people that are coming after, so when we leave tomorrow, are able to succeed in the things that we were doing and the things that we actually even intended to do for the organization, right? So after this, downstream is where the report gets done, right? Upstream is where all of the engineering gets done. Downstream is where all of the reports gets done. So analysts will then get clean data for dashboards. And while I speaking on this context of people coming after you, especially when you're leaving the company, it also means that downstream, because when you are upstream, right, you're doing the pipeline, people that come after you are your data scientists, they're your ML engineers, they're your data analysts. They come after you because when you have done your job, that's when they come in. So they are waiting for you to do your job before they come in. So they come after you, so to speak. So that's the right concept I was actually even looking for in my head. And when they come in, they get to have things like clean data for the dashboards. The ML engineers can get clean data to train their models. The AI teams can get clean data for their chatbots. So if they can't use what we produce, then they are failed. Should be told. And let's be honest with ourselves as data engineers. If they cannot use what you have produced, trust me, you have failed. In fact, your job is even on the line. And I want you to keep saying this out loud anywhere you go, anywhere you walk, any room you walk in, any job you're trying to get. If anybody that comes after you cannot use data that you have produced or streamed from the pipeline, what you have done is you have cooked beans, cooked absolute beans. So ensure that what you have done is absolutely correct before handing it off to the next thing. We're going to talk about Docker, and that is one of the what's Steve's talk points, right? And I just have to add Docker here, just to give us an example of what we're going to be doing after this entry-level phase for us is done, right? one of the most famous bugs in software, you build something, you give it to a colleague, it breaks on their laptop. Why do you think that happens? Can anybody tell me? Like you have built something, it was working on your laptop, like everything is working fine. Then you give it to a colleague, and all of a sudden it's not working again. What do you think they have happened? And please, there are no wrong answers, right? Just give me any answer.
I mean, yeah, so it could be a lot of factors, but one of the reasons could be you probably do not have the dependencies installed, the underlying packages that you probably have it installed on this thing, so it breaks. That's one of the reasons.
Okay, so sorry guys, 1 second, please. All right, thank you so much for that. That's a very, very lovely answer. It shows you guys are really paying attention to all of the data engineering courses, and I'm sure that you are also learning outside of this program, which is a very beautiful thing, right? And that thing you can also think of is different software versions, right, or different operating systems, in addition to what you've said. And that's a very beautiful answer. I really appreciate that answer a lot. And one of the solutions that has been profiled to fix all of those issues is called Docker. And I really want, in fact, I've been thinking recently that Steve should not just organize Docker classes for, I know that I'm going to set him up here on this course, but should not organize Docker classes for returning students, but also for new students, because they also need to have this information. All right, I know we are currently to figure out our way on SQL and Python and Excel as the case may be, but this is also something that I feel that even newbies should also add to their skills because it really helps, right? But so, like once again, solution to that, like I mentioned earlier, with all those different versions of operating systems and not having the underlying settings like what's his name again, right? Ademola said, Docker is that solution. So before shipping containers, every cargo ship, loaded items differently. The ports are always chaotic. Loading a ship can take weeks. And after containers, I'm trying to process an example in my head right now, but nothing is coming. Okay, let me go back to shipping containers example, right? You know what shipping containers look like. You've seen the ships, you've seen how big those ships are, you've seen the things that they contain, right? And every cargo ship is loaded differently. There are some ships that they might have the same container size, but they have different colors, right? Some ships contain cars, some ships contain laptops, some ships contain phones. For those that are important to the country, you have an idea what I'm talking about. And then the ports are always chaotic because they are shipping different things. So sometimes you can spend weeks just loading one item. And I kid you not, you can spend weeks just loading one item, which can be a problem, right? But then that's where Docker now comes in, right? That's where containers now come in. That's where Docker things like Docker now come in. Docker takes all of those things and then makes it into one standard size. Instead of having different container sizes, it makes it into one standard size. It gives you one standard way to handle everything and works in every port in the world, right? That way it reduces chaos. So there's a uniform system with everything or how everything works. That's what Docker actually did with their software, right? So what's the Docker file? Quick one, right? It's just a text file with a step-by-step instruction. If you use Cloud Code a lot, you are going to be hearing things like Cloud.md, or if you use Codex a lot, you'll be hearing things like Codex.md. What it basically means is there are a set of instructions that you tell Cloud to say, okay, every time I tell you to do something like this, do this in this correct order. There are also things like skills. For those of you that use Cloud Code once again, you have things like skills.md, where you are basically training your Cloud Code and giving the set of skills on how to respond to you or respond to certain situations, right? It sort of triggers itself when you have certain things that you want to do. So when it sees like some key phrases or keywords, it will trigger itself. And that's the same thing with Docker, right? So the third part with a step-by-step instruction. Basically saying, for example, I say, okay, use this version of Python install these packages, and they copy these files, and they run this command, and so on and so forth. So he knows what to do at every given point. They now have things like Docker image, right? This is where you build your Docker file. Remember, Docker file is the blueprint. Docker image is where you build Docker file, right? Let me say it again. Docker file is the blueprint, and Docker image is where you build the Docker file, right? So more like a frozen, ready to go package containing everything your app needs. I hope that makes sense. You know, like okay, you know when astronauts are going to space, I mean, we also did this video of the astronauts that went to space. And I'm sure they had to eat for those 10 days when they were circling the moon. They had to eat for those 10 days, right? So they packaged like sealed food. And that food can be used anywhere in space, whether they went to Mars, whether they went to Jupiter, whether they went to Saturn, whether they went to Pluto. Doesn't matter. It's just in space, right? It's not like a meal that was prepped in a vacuum sealed bag. You know, so you have to be sealed so that there's no air, so it doesn't spoil. No air will spoil food. When air gets in contact with food, spoils it. So they will seal it in the vacuum sealed bag, right? And then it's ready to be eaten anywhere in space. That's what Docker is, right? They help you to build the Docker file, and they are like a ready to go package containing everything your app needs. And then finally, you have Docker container, which is like the running instance, you know, where you run image, you know, and it becomes a container. So when you run the image, it becomes a container. So like an isolated environment, you know, running your software, right? Think of it like a sandbox. I don't want to go too technical in this class today, but yeah, you can also run many containers at the same time. But don't worry, I will stop here for Docker. But this is something that you should definitely explore. You must explore Docker, right? In your free time, you must explore it. So yeah, the SQL language factory, real quick, right? So SQL, like you already know, means structured query language. So, and the beauty of SQL is once you learn it once, you have learned it, right? There's no going back from there. And you can always just use it in any instance. So once you learn it, you have learned it. You can use it in any instance, anywhere, anytime, any day. It doesn't matter the flavor of SQL. MySQL, SQL SSMS, PostgreSQL, it doesn't really matter. SQL is SQL. Just understand the concept very well, and you can do it's a transferable skill that can transfer anywhere, right? So let me walk you through the basics that SQL does. I'm sure many of you have been in your SQL classes, and I know somebody also said that they had finished their SQL. I've got the name of that again. Data camp. I can't remember it right now. I'll remember it later. But yeah, somebody mentioned that they had finished their SQL stuff on data camp, which is a good thing, right? So now let me ask all of you. Let me ask this question very quickly. What is the alternative for limits? Let's assume that you are using SQL SSMS, for example. What is the alternative for that limit? What would you type in SSMS if we are using SSMS rather than PostgreSQL? Anybody? Anybody? If you're using SQL SSMS, I don't want to use Postgres, right? I know limit is PostgreSQL. So what would you type in SQL? What's the alternative in SQL SSMS? I want to know that. I want to be sure that you are able to transfer your skills from one SQL flavor to another SQL flavor. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, Ademola, Bukumi, Edmond, Jamil, can you hear me?
Yes, we can.
Okay, so do you have any clue? It's fine if you don't have any clue, but do you have any idea?
No.
What's the question?
So the question is, let's assume that I was moving from Postgres to SQL SSMS, and then I see limits on one of the queries. What is the alternative for limits in Postgres?
Oh,
You can tell me. All right, the alternative is going to be top, right? That's something while you're learning it in Postgres on data camp, right? Ensure that you're also able to master other flavors, right? It's very, very important. But like I said, they are transferable skills. Once you know one, you can always transfer it to the next one. I want to be sure that, you know, while we're learning, I think I can really Postgres to a lot, but if you use SQL systems, you have to use stop. Because limited. I can hear you. No. Yeah, exactly. Select top 5. Yes. Select top 5. That's correct. So, and then it just shows you, you know, the top rows, right? And then now the data manipulation, where you're using things like insert into, where you're adding a new row. We all know that already. That's an SQL based 101. If we don't know insert into by now, it's a problem. So you must know insert into by now. And then you have your update and your sets, where you are changing something specific. You know, you now have aggregate functions. So you have your sum, average, count, mean, and max. And then you have your group by. So this is this works well where you are doing aggregate functions because you have to group it by something. But I will not dwell too much on that because, like I said, I'm trying to not spend too much time on this call. And then we have our join. Very, very important. In fact, you must know join. I'm going to give you an example real quick. I had an interview with the health fair in the and about 3 weeks ago, and in fact, 70% of their questions in that interview were on joins. I kid you not, it was just join. They have tables here and there. They have like millions of rows. They always and they have like so the company themselves also buy companies, like they buy smaller companies, and they allow them to keep their name the way Marvel that bought Fox. Yeah, Marvel bought Fox and let Fox keep their name, right? But they're like a subsidiary of the company, and they also get data from those guys, and they have to also join and fuse it with. It's not different. You don't know. It's very different. Use it this week. Sorry guys, please 1 second. I'm trying to fix an issue. Let's driver. English, something to try to do. Please bear with me, I'm still at work. But yeah, like I said, join is very important, right? So we database don't keep everything in one giant table. You know the first classes that we had on this program. They keep everything in different tables. So there will always be a fact table or multiple facts table or multiple dimensions table. I have to join everything together. And I encourage everybody, please check out, go if you have the time, go and check out this data set, AdventureWorks, right? Check it out online. Just search AdventureWorks SQL or AdventureWorks.bak file on Google, right? You'll find the file, have it installed in your Postgres or your SQL software, and just play around it. Documentation is very expensive, like 90 pages, right? You read it and start doing your joins. Trust me, that's one of the best resources to have to learn joins. AdventureWorks, just check it out. I think there's one called Worldwide Importers, but AdventureWorks is number one for me personally. As number one, right? So yeah, like I was saying, so to answer your business questions, you need to combine all these tables because they're very important. Because the businesses will definitely have multiple tables. It will never be straightforward. So can I ask somebody, can anybody tell me what inner join does? What does inner join do? Anybody? Anybody at all?
So what was the question?
Inner join.
What does inner join do? And yeah, class is recording. I think Steve is already recording it. But yeah, what does inner join do? I can hear you. Please go ahead.
The inner join returns similar, like the same rules from each two tables.
Come again, I didn't hear what you said.
The inner join returns the same rule, like the same column from two tables, like similar column.
Okay. So it turns matching. So it turns only rows where they are matching on both tables. Does that make sense? So if there's a match in table 1, and there's a match in table 2, and there's a match in table 3, and so on and so forth, it returns the result where there is a match on all tables. Is that clear? Is that clear?
Yes, yes, it is.
Okay. So what does left join do? Anybody?
Returns left join returns all of the rows from the left table,
Okay.
but then adds similar ones from the right table.
Beautiful.
Adds
Beautiful. And then is the opposite for right?
right join.
It's the opposite for right join.
Yes.
So it returns everything in the right table. And then parts of the left table. Is that correct? Please correct me if I said rubbish. Is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah,
correct.
correct. Also to add, it makes sure like there will be no nulls in the table. So there will be no nulls. For example, if there are null values in the right table, those null values will not be shown in the join table.
Okay, okay, that's a good one. I think it's clever to try this open. Are you coming to know it? Or you know it? No. What we'll do is, please guys, just 1 second, please. If I'm still at work, just bear with me, please. It doesn't matter, just show them that mouth. You figure it out. All right, I'm back, guys. So sorry I took time. So we look at left join, right join, inner join. And we have an idea of what it is. Can anybody tell me what self-join does? Can you ever tell me what self-join does? Self-join, anybody?
Self-join joins is essentially join it when a table joins with itself.
Beautiful. Beautiful. Because that's one of the joins that people don't like to talk about. Because you can balloon your work if you're not careful. I think self-join and cross-join balloons the reports or balloons the results you get from a query input if you're not careful. But yeah, these are things that you should also know, because trust me, the way, once again, I speak from experience, the way you're going to speak, Nigerian interviews are different from foreign interviews. And they would really, like, they're not asking you basic questions like, what would you do if you see 400 million euros? No. They're asking you very deep technical questions that require you to think outside of the box. So you must not say, okay, you know left join, right join, you're good to go. No. No odd joints. And once again, I am speaking from a very, very painful experience. And it's funny, but trust me, they want to know that you know it. And they're not bringing, even their HR, even the HR of the company knows it. So when you're coming to those interviews, you cannot propose the HR, because the HR knows, I think not be I'm really technical with that person, but I know I'm really small. So you cannot tell me that this is what it is. They now go will not catch you, not go and speak to the technical guys. They want to break you, but when you know your stuff, you know your stuff, right? And the only way to know your stuff is by consistently practicing. I know things are very, very difficult now in Nigeria and everything, but just keep on going, keep practicing. 10 minutes, you can even go on HackerRank. Just do one query, you are good to go. Continue tomorrow morning. But so that it does not leave you, right? There's no perfect time to learn these things. It is now. I don't care the age, I don't care how old you are. Now is always the best time to learn something, right? So thank you so much, everyone that contributed so far. Then we now have the manual ETL script, right? So this is where every beginner starts, and this is where every beginner gets stuck. There are 3 pieces to this. There's source database, there's Python script, and there's distribution database, right? The Python script will always use things like I think PG dump. Yeah, I think PG dump. I can't remember it right now. You know, to copy out and then use PSQL to load in, running PSQL. I can't remember it right now, but yeah, you stuff like PG dump and then PSQL, right? Why do we actually start here, right? We are basically moving data from point A to point B. That's all it is. Moving data, like I mentioned earlier, moving data from point A to point B. And anyone with the basic Python knowledge can build this. Yes, this is just a basic ETL pipeline. With basic Python knowledge, you can build this. Get a source, write your Python scripts, use your PG dump and PSQL for processes, and then make a destination with PostgreSDB. Simple, short, straight to the point, right? If I don't tell you all of you, it can be a personal project for you, right? Just try doing something like this. Simple, short, straight to the point. Like I said, with the basic Python knowledge, you can build something like this, right? The only thing is that you have to run it manually every time, or you set up like a basic cron job. If the source schema changes, for example, if somebody, let's say, adds a new column, right? The script will silently fail. You may not notice because there's always no warning to these things. It's just a fail. Or let's say your connection drops, it just silently fail. Yeah, these are like the major bottlenecks that you may encounter if you are doing a project like this. And then now I have another one. This one requires you to do, there's going to be DBT on this one. And then the flow for this one is typically you have a source, your Python script, your Postgres DB, your DBT, and then your clean custom model critical tables, right? So this one is a bit longer than the first one, right? And what is DBT? Look at what DBT means here. I know you may not, if you've encountered it before, fine. If you haven't, it's also fine. It means data build true, right? So it sits right after data lands in the destination, right? Data has landed, bam. That's where DBT comes in. And what is the job of DBT? It takes raw data and turns it into clean, business-ready tables. Let me repeat myself again. It takes those raw data and turns it into clean business-ready tables. So if I'm to walk you through this one by one, you have your in the DPT layer, you have your models, right? This is the SQL files. Each one defines like a transformation. So what they basically do is that they take raw data, and then raw customer, and then let me see. And then takes raw orders and then raw customers, and then join them, clean them, and then save the result as clean tables. So to give you one SQL file, that is a clean table, and that's all it does at the model level. And at the macros level, it gives you reusable SQL components. And what does that mean? If you've done macros in Excel, it will give you, if you use Excel, it allows you to build like reports, more like a report where you're not building something over and over again. Because macros has recorded what you built earlier and is able to replicate it across multiple tables on your Excel sheet. And that's what it does also here, right? All you're just going to do is write the logic once and then use it everywhere. So every time you need to convert, let's say, Kobo to Naira, you call the same macro instead of writing the mark in 50 different places, right? If the rule changes, you change it in one place and then it changes across all of the necessary components, right? And then you have something called Ginger, right? Which is more like the control structure inside SQL. So it's like a template language that lets you to put logic inside your SQL. So things like if statements or loops. Let me give an example real quick. Let me think of one. Okay, yes. Instead of writing maybe 20 separate queries for each month, you can use Ginger to loop through all, 12 separate queries for each month. Use Ginger to loop through all the 12 months automatically. Don't worry, don't stress too much on this. I'm only just bringing it in because these are things that you will meet once you're done with your SQL and your Python. You start to enter into things like Docker territory and DBT. And right now, DBT is really thing, right? Everybody's using DBT everywhere, right? So these are things that I want you to master. And there's one more which I really love, and this is my favorite, Airflow. Precision with Airflow. This is my favorite. I really love Airflow a lot, right? Even after adding DBT, who is in charge? That's the major question. Who is in charge? Who decides when the Python script runs? Who makes sure DBT only runs after Python script finishes? Who tells us when maybe something breaks? And that's where Airflow comes in, right? So Airflow is like your omniscient employee, right? In the data factory. And I think that's the title I can give it. And what you basically see in your Airflow is that you have it tells each thing when to run. You can see here, it tells the source will first run, then Python will run, then Postgres will run, then DBT will run. It tells each one when to run. Task 2 must not start before task 1. If task 2 fails, what happens next? It's more like your fabrics, most of you that do fabrics, right? So you have your top-down visibility, right? A visual, dashboard showing every task and the status. Green, if you don't, okay, you guys are going to use Airflow. I think one of the processes that Steve may have for you, I don't know, is that you should use Airflow. I think that should be the final project. We did that last year. It was a very exciting project, right? So green means success, red means failure, yellow means winning. And you want to know Python, this should be easy peasy for you, right? And then you have a dependency management, right? So Airflow understands order. I mentioned it earlier. Don't run step 2 if step 1 has not run. If step 2 fails, what should happen? Should we go back to step 1, or what should happen? So if extraction fails, transformation never runs. That's how it happens, because you must extract something for transformation to run. So, and then there's a term for it. It's called DAG. It's called DAG. Directed. I don't know the full meaning right now, but well, it's called a DAG, right? It's called a DAG. It's literally just a flow chart of tasks in simple English. That's all it is. And then we have one called Airbyte, but I'm not spending too much on this because our time is fast spent. I'll just go straight to modern data stack real quick. Airbyte is not something I've used extensively. I just added it into the slide. So we'll always come back to Airbyte. It's not something I've used extensively. But yeah, modern data stack, and this is the other really thing right now. This is more like the full picture of everything you've done so far, right? Everything you built, you've combined, you've wrapped everything inside the local environment. So Airflow is the orchestrator, like you already know. Airflow is the orchestrator, like you already know. And I'm sorry I'm talking too much today rather than asking much questions, making it as engaging as possible. But please bear with me as I walk through all of this together. The Airbytes, in simple terms, is what moves data from the source DB to a destination database, right? That's what Airbyte does. Moves data from the source DB to the destination database. And give it some data inside the destination, right? So you now have an idea of what each one does. Okay. Okay, I think, yeah. And then your output is your analytics, your final models and all of that. So, real quick, I think there's one more slide to go, and then we should be done with this. Yeah, the core principles. The core principles. So, there are 3 principles that I like to always reference, and I got this from a YouTube video I watched last year, and in fact, till today, I still watch that YouTube video till today. There's some videos that they are everlasting, right? You always go back to them. Even on Power BI, I teach Power BI weekends, I teach SQL on weekends. Before I go to my class, there are some videos that I consume personally. Before I come to that class, I always was the way I've done Power BI over the years is I don't do it at entry level anymore. I just go straight to what I need to do and move on. But there are some things that you forget along the way because you're not going to think of them, you're not going to think of doing them. For example, even now to do a report some years back, I always create groups, right? And what groups help me do is I know what is in staging, I know what is the fact table, I know what is the dimensions table. So when I pass on that data, the .pbix file to somebody else, that person is able to take it and say, oh, okay, this is staging and this is the original file. Okay, I know what to do, right? And they can go and check the schema or Power BI and say, okay, it is referenced, this is referencing this is referencing that. There's a name it is called right now. I can't remember it right now. I've forgotten it, but I will always remember it later. But let me come back to data engineering. I will not do Power BI in this last week. But yeah, that is one of the principles I've always liked to utilize. And one of those principles is reproducibility is mandatory. Very, very important, right? So it can work on my machine is an acceptable term for a real engineering, for a real engineer, right? Nobody wants to hear you working on your machine. Can you work on another person's machine? If yes, good. Because your own machine is your own machine, my own machine is my machine, and you have to work on my machine before we approve it. If you work in an environment where, for example, recently I'm working on a project where there must be 2 people who are approving who are ensuring that, who are approving the queries from Snowflake to DBT and the likes, right? So when you write your queries, the pipeline has to run before it is approved. And even when the pipeline runs, there might be some errors that you have to correct. So pipeline can run, but maybe you didn't write the query in the correct format, the way they like to write the query. So there are 2 people that must read those queries. And before once they are approved, before you can now merge into production, right? If you don't approve it, nothing gets merged into production. And when you work in this kind of system, they will tell you that, bros, this query you have run is running, but on our own side, we can't really see anything, moving, what's going on, right? You want to verify what's happening. So you must ensure that whatever you're writing, and this is not a good example. This is not a very, very good example, but I just have to say something, right? Whatever you're writing must ensure that it is reproducible, right? And that's where Docker comes in. Same code, same result across all of the laptop. Then orchestration beats scheduling. What do I mean by that? A simple time-based schedule code is always blind because it just runs at a time and hopes for the best, right? When it's 8 o'clock, it will run. But when you are using orchestration properly, right? Airflow understands dependencies. Like I know somebody said dependency. Ademola said dependency earlier. Airflow understands dependency and is able to track success and failure and gives you visibility, right? And when you start doing Airflow, you understand what I just mean by it understands dependency. So you're basically saying, don't just run at 3 a.m. in the morning. Run after step 8 finishes. If you are doing a basic cron job where you're saying, okay, this is a time-based schedule, everything will just start running at 3 a.m. in the morning. It doesn't care what starts first or what starts last, just starts running. But with a proper orchestration, right, you are saying, okay, run at 3 a.m., yes, but only run this after step A is done. If step A is not done, don't run step B for me. Thank you very much for the time. Is that clear? And then you now have extraction and transformation. Where you're moving data, from one place to the other, right? And I don't want you to mix up moving data with cleaning data, right? Moving data is moving data, cleaning data is cleaning data. Don't mix two of them up, right? And then transformation, your DBT. But yeah, I think that's that. I think that's just the explanation. So real quick, before we go to the next thing, do you have any questions so far? I'm trying to wrap up at exactly 7:30. So any questions so far? Any questions so far? I hope I'm clear enough. And I also share this slide. I came up with it using Notebook LM, so you can also check out Notebook LM. You can do a lot of beautiful stuff in Notebook LM, right? So real quick, I want to stop sharing my screen right now. And I don't know if we can do this in less than 18 minutes, or let's see. Sorry, but let's see if we can do this in less than 18 minutes. Okay, let me pull this out. Oh, sorry. Let me pull this out and then let me share. And I share that. Okay. Yeah. Can you see my screen? Can you see my screen? Yeah, I've done it already. Can anyone confirm they can see my screen, please?
Yes, you can.
Okay. So I want to do a mini project, and I'm hoping I doubt we can do this in 18 minutes, but maybe I will do one of the questions, and then you guys can go and complete the rest. Or maybe we can solve two. Sorry, I've done it already. I was doing it this afternoon. But let me just go back to this. 16 minutes. All right. So everybody go to the data camp and then have this project open. Factors that fuel student performance. Or better still, if anybody has it open, let's even work from your own. Let's even work from your own discipline. Let's not work from mine. If you have it open, can you share your screen so that you can work from your own system? Who needs to volunteer?
So I've done mine, so I can't volunteer.
Yeah. Who else has not done their own? So that we can. Who else has not done theirs? Anybody at all? Please, I need a volunteer. Because I've done mine. I don't want to use my own to work on it. I want to use. Please, I can't see your hand. Can you speak? I'm trying to put back my queries. Let me check that everything is running fine. Okay, we are all running. Okay, I know somebody was raising their hand just now. Okay, Hamza, can I share your screen? Hamza, do you want to volunteer?
Yes,
Hello,
so
Hamza, do you want to-
volunteer. I'm
Okay.
trying to share the screen, but I don't know. I just the button can just I don't know. The thing. Oh yeah, now it does.
Okay.
I'm sorry to bother you guys. Well, my thing has some issues, but oh, can you guys hear me? Sorry, has some issues, but which project is that? It's called
Factors affecting fuel price. Factors that fuel performance. Apologies, fuel price. Factors that fuel their performance. It's nothing. You have to.
yeah. Okay, yeah, I'm logged in. Yeah. Yes, can you see my screen? I hope so. I think you guys can see my screen, right?
Yes, I can see your screen. Yes, I can see your screen.
Yes, I am logged in to the project. Okay. So where can I here? Here? Okay. So what can I do?
All right.
Hmm.
I'm sorry, I have run out of time, seriously.
Yeah, I see I've run out of time. You're only having
Yeah,
like,
I'm still at work, so I'm trying to, I have to start out very soon, that's why.
we
Okay, I
can
think
do
it's
like
writing some quiz, but let's solve the first one together.
okay.
So let's read through it together. So they are saying that
Mm.
in today's fast-paced, competitive, blah 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 blah, understanding the factors that influence student performance. So now, the game was said that's columns, that's attendance, extracurricular activities, sleep hours, tutoring sessions, teacher quality, exam score.
Mm.
So now, the first question they want us to see here is, can you show me the first question real quick?
Yeah. This is
Sorry, one sec.
yeah. So, it down as a table. Yeah, I think this one, average score. But equivalent score. Equivalent score. Do they here want the average of the hours studied? Maybe.
Hi, Hamza.
Hey,
Can you hear me?
yeah,
Okay.
I can hear you.
So what I can deduce from this
Mm.
is that we're supposed to group it by the hours studied, and we're looking for the average exam score for students that studied for more than 10 hours. So I think we'll do by hours studied. So we don't need, I'm not sure, but I don't think we need the average of hours studied. We just
Uh,
need to know the average exam score for those that studied for 10 hours, 11 hours, 12 hours, and above. We get. So I think we would select the average exam score like you did, then we select the hours studied, and then group by hours studied. So we'd have two columns like that. You get.
oh, okay, thank you. And
So yeah.
hours studied. From student performance.
Yeah. Then
Let me first comment this out. Electron error average.
okay, you need to highlight the just the one you want to maybe is that
I don't think so.
let me check the
Edit the query
oh you
below.
didn't group by. You didn't group by. You
Oh
didn't
yeah,
include a group by, yeah.
Yes, sorry. Well done. I had to mute myself because my security was with me. And thank you, Oluwaseun. I've been seeing what you've been doing.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, I was trying to get some help about the question.
okay.
Yeah, because I don't know who was that, but they advised me to go by
Yeah.
the
This is correct.
hours studied and then get the thing. So should I run this? Let me see.
Is there any reason why your group by is inside a curly braces?
The group by. Please, I don't know. You can help me clarify on that.
Is there any reason why it is in square bracket? When you say group by, you now put a square bracket. Is there any reason why you did that?
Square bracket. No, it's
parenthesis, sorry. Parenthesis, not square bracket. Is there any reason why you did that?
yeah, because I want to group by the hours studied.
We can group by without the parenthesis. That's the parenthesis.
Oh,
I want
okay.
to be sure why you did that. Is there any?
So I can just do this.
I mean, it works. So I'm just trying to confirm.
Oh, yeah. It works. I didn't know. I was just using. Okay, yeah. Thank you so much. I didn't know that it works. So.
I've never seen anybody do that before. That's why it was new to me. I was like, why are you putting it in parentheses? Well, it's fine. Since it works, we are good to go.
Yeah. Then the other thing is.
And also try an order by. Just go and order by. Arrange it in ascending order. Go back up. Go and order
in descending order.
Yes, in descending order.
There was even yeah. So I think there was even an instruction to include just those who studied greater than 10 hours.
Yeah,
so
exactly.
we need to filter that.
So we're not even done yet. Because I was looking for that option. So there's supposed to be a question where we're supposed to get people that studied above 10 hours.
10 hours.
So after you're from student performance, you're going to put a where. So where hours is greater than 10.
Greater than or equal to 10. Okay, more than 10. Yeah, so greater than 10.
So go back to your student performance. Put your cursor after performance.
Here.
Yes. Press enter and where hours studied is greater than 10.
Yeah, and I think the extracurricular activities
is yes. Beautiful. Thank you so much for that. Thank you so much for that.
Like that?
Yes, and then you have one more because there are two criteria. So you have to use an and because they give us two criteria. Filter the data to include only those where hours studied is more than 10 hours and participated in extracurricular activities.
Yes.
So the extracurricular activities has two criteria, has two data, yes or no.
Yes.
So you now put and extracurricular activities is equal to.
Oh man. Okay, sorry. I don't know why it went off. I hope it serves. Let me see. Yeah, it serves. Okay.
Okay, so after the where, you put your and, okay.
Oh yeah. Then extracurricular activities. How was that labeled? Oh man, I took the table away. Okay, can I just uncomment this and then just find this? Is it possible? Right, to give me an error.
No, just leave it commented. You don't have to.
Okay, yeah. I wanted to see how the other thing is labeled.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
how was the column labeled?
Scroll up. You will see extracurricular. Extracurricular _ activities.
Like that. So this should be
is equal to yes.
Equal to yes. Like that. Should this run? What's the issue? Oh yeah. So the column they say does not exist. I don't know. Oh yeah, I can get the column.
The extracurricular is wrong.
Sending order.
Yeah, let me just copy it from here.
Copy it and paste it.
Sorry.
Yes, then go and order by So after your group by hours studied, they're going to order by. They're going to order by. You are going to remove limit 30 though, because you don't need limit 30 in this way. But yeah, order by hours studied in descending order.
Okay, hi guys. Please, your query returned no results, so you should check if your extracurricular activities actually have its yes in all capitalized. If it's all capitalized for your extracurricular.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, just be better to just use probably just
or
use
you use
I
I like. If you use I like too, I think that should work. If you are not sure, yeah. I like, yes.
So don't remove the equals to and put I like.
I like.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you don't know what capitalization it is, but you know that it contains yes and no, you can just use I like. So
I like this.
I just ran it here with uppercase yes, and it ran on my end.
Yeah, proper case will work. He used all caps before.
You can remove
you remove the equal to and then remove the equal to, then put a space between your I like and yes. Then
like
run a yes.
So let me try to put, because last time it was not working. Let me just try to
remove.
You know your okay. Yeah.
Your order by is not complete. You have to order it in descending order. You have to remove that limit 30.
Oh, I have to order it in descending order?
Yes, that's the question. So order by our studies in descending order. So we order by our studies DESC.
Using S3.
Yes, then remove that limit 30. You don't need limit 30 here. It will work wrong, but limit 30 is not part of the instruction. So remove it. Okay, now run this.
Yeah, this is what it means.
This works, right? All right. Because I have to head out now, I may not be able to continue the class. I don't know if Steve is open to finishing for me or if you can push on that time. Hi, Steve, can you hear me?
Yeah, it's fine. I mean,
hey, Steve, can you hear me?
Pardon?
No, I'm reaching out to Steve. If he can hear me. Okay, I don't think he can hear me. But yeah, so just complete the rest. Complete the 2 and 3, right? They're quite exciting to work on. I know some of you have completed already.
Okay.
And yes.
Mensoma, can you hear me now?
I can hear you clearly.
Yeah, I'm actually with the other group, the return.
I know, I can hear you. I can hear you on call with them. Yeah. So
okay,
what I'll do is I'll give them an assignment. You should just complete it. And I mean, it's a personal assignment anyway. So you guys can just complete it. You've done number 1 already. I know Steve will share the recording.
I think if they want to continue, we still have like 26 minutes. But if you guys want to continue, I can be here watching what you do and giving any correction I can. But one more thing, Mesoma, are you still here?
Yeah, I'm still here.
I think the is it attendance?
Okay.
Do you have it?
No, I don't. My goodness.
Oh, okay, I will take it from Ogochukwu and then I will send it so that everyone can feel the attendance.
Okay, all right.
Yeah.
So I'm about to head out now. So thank you so much, Steve. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you so much. It was such a wonderful, such a wonderful lesson. Thank you so much. I really enjoyed it.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you can send the attendance form so.
Okay. So you guys can continue. I'll be watching while you do. You've completed the second part, right?
No, I'm just gonna begin on the second part. But
okay.
Who will send the attendance thing?
Yeah, I will send it. Just give me like 2-3 minutes.
Okay, maybe who was the girl guiding me? I don't know. Okay, I need someone to guide me.
Oluwaseun.
Yeah.
Oluwaseun, are you still here?
Yes, I'm still here. I'm still here.
Okay, you guys can continue. I'm
Okay, yeah,
watching.
we can continue together
Okay.
because
Yeah.
So they're asking, is there a sweet spot for study hours? Explore how different ranges of study hours impact exam performance by calculating the average score for each study. Average score by hours study range for each study.
Mm.
Categorize students into 4 groups based on hours studied per week. Days 1 to 5 hours, 6 to 10 hours, 11 to 15 hours, 6+ hours. The output should contain 2 columns, hours studied and
Mm.
average score. Group the results by hours studied range and sort them by average exam score in descending order. Save the query as average exam score by hours. So how do we start this?
So I'm not sure. We're just trying to figure it out together.
Yeah.
So now we have to create
So
statements.
they actually like
Group.
want
Okay.
we have like they want to the output should contain 2 columns, which is hours studied, range, and
Yes.
average exam score.
Mm.
You reckon we use? I think we'll use case. Yeah.
What do you say? Case, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
using case.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, we can
When
go on.
Pardon?
Okay, let's try this. I
Mm-hmm.
think we would try to categorize. So case. Okay, we'll try to get the category like for the 4 groups. We'll try to group each respective hours into their particular group. So let's
Okay.
try this and select then case.
Case.
Yeah, go to a
Okay.
new line.
Okay. Okay.
When hours studied.
When
It's
hours
okay to use
studied, right? When hours studied, how should we put? When hours studied, how should we?
Between.
hold on.
Between.
In one.
Yeah, between 1
When
and 5.
hours studied. Yeah, between.
In 1 to 5 hours.
Between.
Between.
Then
Between 1 and 5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and also, should I put the other one here?
Go back there. You need
Pardon?
to end the first this thing. Go back to the first case. Your when.
My when?
Yeah,
Line
when
5.
studied between 1 and 5, then.
Then?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. On that same line.
Here?
Yes.
Yeah.
Then,
And
so you can just copy.
So I can continue from here on the same line.
Yeah, so you need to end this with what's the column will return for that row. So essentially, the idea is it is going to check for when the hour study is between 1 and 5. If it is between 1 and 5, it should return on that row that this is 1 to 5 hours. So you need to copy this 1 to 5 hours and then paste it here.
So
Do you understand what I say?
Nah, I don't.
Okay, so just copy this 1 to 5 hours in the instruction.
I copy this.
In the instruction.
Yo.
You understand? We're trying to group each hours into status category.
Yes.
When yes, sir. now is when our studies is between 1 and 5. Then create a new column, and say 1 to 5 hours. You understand?
Oh, yeah, I
So when
understand.
it is between 6 and 10, in the new column we're creating, you say 6 to 10 hours. So now you end that your fixed line with when our studies is between 1 and 5, then in colon, yeah, then 1 to 5 hours, put it in there.
I put here
1
Yeah,
to
1
5.
to
Yeah.
5 hours. Yes,
okay.
exactly.
No, hours,
Put hours,
hours.
put hours.
Hours.
5
Let's
hours.
match
Yeah.
what they have exactly. No, let there be a space between the 1 to 5 and the hours.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can just do the rest.
So
And
do the
then
rest.
I do the rest.
Yeah, so
Okay.
when
Yeah,
hours
on a new
studies,
line when hours of it makes sense.
6
Okay.
Yeah.
to 10. This will be 6. Then 10. Like that. Okay. This will be 11. To 15. Right? Okay. Now one more. 16 plus.
Mm.
This
It's be
will
greater
be
than 16. Greater than or equal to 16.
Oh, yeah. So I have to take this one out and say greater than equal to 16. Then that will be 16 hours, 16 plus.
Yeah, that also works. But you could have also used else, but
Else?
that's fine.
Yeah.
But just you can just leave it like this. But let's see.
Okay. I understand. So then I say,
Yeah, so we'll have to end this.
yes, we have to. Then just end. Yep. So, from, right?
So we
Yeah,
have to store it in a column.
Yeah.
Sorry.
You need to
we
end.
have to assign it to a column.
so when you
You need to end as
the column title
So how do I do that?
as
As
our study
okay.
range.
Okay.
Look at from the question there. You could see the output should contain 2 columns: our studied range and average exam score. Yeah, that one exactly.
And average score. Average score.
Yes.
So should I just put a comma?
Yeah, comma.
Then?
Yeah.
Average score. Right?
Yeah. Average exam score.
Exam score. Okay, let me just copy this from here. As. Is it? Does it have as?
Yeah. Just copy and paste. Okay,
Yeah.
perfect.
What else? And sort. From.
You have to.
From student performance, yeah. Okay. Now, group the results by
our
Studied range.
studied range. Let's try.
Mm.
Just copy this.
Are you sure? Okay. Are you sure I'll be able to go by it since it's
Yeah, let's see which one
select
first.
it.
Okay. And sort.
Mm.
Hmm?
Yeah, sorting by average return score. I don't think. I think we'll. Oh, okay.
So we order by, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
sort by. Oh, sorry, order by rather.
Average score.
Everything on
Yeah,
the floor.
not
Exam
about
on
average result.
Sorry?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You're right.
correct.
No, what was this? Descending order.
Students, goodbye.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
Save the
Yeah, I
query.
think
Brother, I don't know. How do you save the query?
no, I think it's saved already.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, just end it with your semicolon.
Like that.
Yeah, run it. Let's see if it will work.
Mm.
All right. Okay, that's perfect.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah. So it's ordered by average score. Okay. 62, 64, 65, 67. Looks good to me. Group by hours
I
studied.
had a question.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I have a question. I'm just trying to recall. So, in what case is it that we cannot make reference to any column in the select statement? So, select.
Sorry, I didn't get that.
I said that I'm trying to recall, like on this spot, in what case is it that we can't make reference to a column from the select statement or to an alias? That's what I mean. In the select
In what?
statement.
Okay,
In what
in what
case?
case?
Can you hear me? Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Can we not reference or select an alias from the select statement?
Yeah, I think when we are filtering by having,
Filtering. Okay. So we can't
I
use
think
where, we can't use having, we can't use any of those
okay, I think
filter.
so when we want to filter by having, we are trying
Mm-hmm.
to filter by something that has already been aggregated. Sure you get.
Yeah, yes,
So
yes, yes.
we can't use the alias because it has not been
Mm,
completed yet.
mm-hmm.
So you
So
get.
same applies
So
for where, right?
no. I think where we can use the
Okay.
column in the alias.
Okay. Okay.
Having asked to rent after goodbye has already run.
Okay.
Okay, let me
Trying
speak to
to
that.
look through
Okay.
the order.
Okay. I think Bolu, you're the one that asked, right? No, Oluwaseun.
It's a lot. Yes.
Yes, Oluwaseun, yeah, sorry. So you were there, you were the one that assisted me, was it last 2 weeks when we were doing some queries?
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think that week we also do the logical and lexical orders of SQL running queries.
Yeah. I'm trying to check my notes for the order because I know it depends on that.
Yeah, so if you have an aggregation, you can't filter an aggregation using the where clause. You have to filter aggregation using the having clause. And then
Yes.
having clause, when you are working with the having clause, I think you have your filtering using having comes before your select statement. So if you use the alias before it, if you use the alias with the having clause, the select statement has not been executed already, so it doesn't see it. So
Okay.
the end you try an error that this thing you are referencing, I don't know where it's coming from. But when you have
Okay.
clause. It selects statements that are already in the executed, so it sees the aliasing.
Okay.
So in a
Okay.
case where you feel like you want to use the alias as part of your filter criteria, you either put it in a CTB or you use a subquery.
Okay.
So
Okay.
if you use a subquery, it will see it. Is that fine?
Okay. Yeah, yes. Thank you.
So thank you so much, guys, for clarifying. Should we continue?
Yes, I guess we can.
Okay, thank you. Then the teacher wants to show their students their relative rank without revealing their exam scores to each other. Use a window function to assign ranks based on exam score, ensuring that students with same exam score share the same rank and no ranks are skipped. Return the columns, attendance hours, sleep hours, tutoring sessions, and exam rank. The students with the highest score should be at the top of the results. So order your query by exam rank in ascending order. Limit your query to 30 students. So they want to use the window function.
So while we are doing this, I've sent the attendance on the chat, so we should try and fill our attendance before leaving the call. Is that fine? Okay, you can continue. I'm watching.
So we select so they're saying without revealing their scores. Sorry about that. Without revealing their scores. So we select what? Attendance, hours studied, sleep hours, use the window function. So
Okay, so the question said the teacher wants to show their student their rank in the class without actually seeing their exam score. So we are supposed to use the window function, the rank function, to rank the exam scores, ensuring that students with the same exam score share the same rank. Okay, I think we'll have to use the rank windows function here.
Okay.
So let's
sorry, who's that
Hamza.
Israel one speaking? Oh, Hamza. Okay, Hamza. Okay,
yes.
So Hamza, is it the rank function? Since we don't want to skip, is it rank?
Yeah, I think so. What?
It says ensuring that students with the same score share the same rank and they are not skipped. So we have two rank clauses.
Okay.
Yeah. So the rank, there's one which is rank that maybe you have two students with the same score. So it will give second to, let's say they are both second. And then after doing second, it will now move to fourth instead. So that's rank. So the other one is dense rank.
Okay. So how does dense rank work?
Dense rank, if let's say we have two students that come second, so the net score will not be fourth, it will be third.
Oh.
Yes. So so when you use rank, so let's say you are the first position, then Hamza and myself came second. It means for rank, when the next person is coming, instead of saying the person was third, it will say the person was fourth. So it will skip third because we already have two persons. But for dense, it won't skip it. It will say that the next person is third. So dense rank is what it's used.
Okay. Yeah.
Just because of time. I wanted you guys to figure it out when you got errors, but
Okay. So much. Yeah. Okay. So we rank with it over. Does it also use over?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes. Dash rank over. Wait. Okay. You know what?
Mm.
Kindly select the remaining the other guys, the attendance, our studies, and all of that. While I
Okay.
try to figure.
So should I first do that, or should I first? Because I can do. Okay. Should I
Anyone,
first?
we'll come back to the rank part.
Okay.
Yeah.
The
Yeah.
attendance,
Sure.
right?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. Then I was studying. Let me just copy it. I don't want to make mistake. Yeah. Then sleep hours. Okay, then the training session. Then dance rank, right? Then exam rank. Oh, yeah. Exam rank, I think, will be an alias of the thing,
Okay.
right? Right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Exam rank is alias.
So,
So over, then order by
order by what?
exam score. I think that's what we're ordering by.
Okay.
And descending. Descending as then exam rank. Right.
Yeah. Like that.
Yeah.
Then select from. Should I? The students with the highest score should be at the top, so order by exam rank and ascending order. Is it ascending order? Because order by
Descending.
is it? But why did it?
You know, descending, the one with the highest is at the top. You get. So it's
Okay. So okay, no problem. Let's run the thing and we see.
do you understand that part? Like the highest guys in the class.
Yes.
The
Yes, the big guys are at the top.
Yeah.
Okay, let me try it. Is that all?
I think limits by 30. The question said limits.
Limit, by the limit. Limit. Okay. Limit your query to 30. Okay. Okay. Let me try to and something.
I think you've not sorted your results.
Sort
Did you?
no, I did not sort. You mean sorting order by, right?
Yes. So I think the question says the students with the highest score should be at the top of the results.
Okay.
So order the query by exam rank. So you should have like an order by where you order by the exam rank.
But I was thinking in the this thing, in the exam rank select. I think we've
That's in
ordered
your dense
already.
rank. In your dense rank.
Yeah. I think we've ordered already in there.
Yeah. Okay.
We ordered from here.
Let me see. Students rank ordered by exam score. Okay. Normally, if you do that, it's not always bound to work because it's the order by exists in the Windows function. So there might be other criteria your SQL engine might filter by. So it might filter by maybe the student ID. So it's best practice to always order by in your to filter in your main query. This one actually works from what I can see, but it's just best practice.
Oh, I understand. So should I change it?
No, you don't have to change it. Just add an order by after your from clause.
Oh, yeah.
No, in your query, after your from students performance, you add an order by.
So should I add another one?
Yes, go down and then order by.
Now, why is
Order by exam rank.
Exam rank. Okay.
Yes.
Wow, descending?
No, it's in ascending, so you can just either put ASC or just leave it as default.
Okay. Okay, then let me see if it changes.
It won't. It's not supposed to change, but it's just good to have it there. Or did it change?
No, it didn't change. Didn't see it changing.
Yeah. So it's just good to have it there because some other queries you might run might actually filter by other columns. So it's just good to have it.
So that's all.
Yeah, I think you guys can try, submit, and see if you've met all the criteria.
it has finished?
Okay, great.
Oh, thanks you guys. I think now I can stop sharing my screen, right?
Yeah, and you have to rate it. Yeah.
Oh. I don't need to review.
Okay. Have we all submitted our projects? Have we all filled the attendance form?
No, I haven't filled it. Sorry about that.
Okay, you can stop your presentation and then try to fill it.
Okay.
Okay, while that is going on, so apart from this, do we have any questions, any query, anything you need explanation for that I can attend to before we call it a day? Anybody?
Yeah, good evening. I have a request actually.
Okay.
So for some time now I've not been active because of things I couldn't partition. So I already finished the SQL, the associated this thing, data engineering SQL. I'm on Python. But for like a month, I had like a month hiatus where I had to do. So now when I came back to it, it doesn't feel like it doesn't feel like I feel like I've forgotten most of what I did in SQL. And I feel like I'm not able to connect the knowledge together. So I just want like a resource where I can practice more, something like that, so that I can rejuvenate my knowledge and have more confidence.
Okay,
like,
that's
is there any
hands-on practice.
website or something?
Hands-on practice, right?
Yes.
Okay, there are sites. I think Leet Code is one. HackerRank, do they do SQL? So you can check HackerRank. There's Leet Code. There's even on DataCamp, which is the platform we use. You can go to the labs and then you see exercises and projects that you can work on. So data camp is one. You have lead code, you have AICA. Then that there's the platform. There was a platform I created for you guys to submit assessments. I've had a lot to do, so I've not updated it. So I will work on that particular site, and then like dump in a lot of SQL questions. So you can just log in, look at the particular you want to work on, and then you can work on it too. But data camp has projects you can check, and then it has its lab too, and then you can check lead code or hacker, and then when I work on the platform, I will send the link for it. Is that fine?
Yes, yes. Also, I don't know. I don't know how to put it. During that time that I said I was not available,
Yeah.
I wasn't able to attend breakout sessions, attempts, assignments, and everything like that.
Okay.
So I just like got myself back, and I'm just starting to continue from where I stopped.
Okay. But you've
So I don't know if
completed
that
it.
will have any negative effects.
Okay. You how much of the breakout session have you missed?
Huh?
How much of,
I think I think this is my third one.
okay. I think you just continue attending breakout sessions and filling your attendance form. I think the criterion is there's a certain percentage of attendance you have to have. But if it's 3 you've missed, I don't think you've broken that much rule. But from now on, just continue attending and filling your attendance form.
All right, no problem.
Yeah, and you could go over the YouTube videos.
Yeah, for the ones you missed for the breakout session on AICA's YouTube channel.
All right. Thank you.
Then I think that is all. So is that all? Okay, I believe that should be all. So for next week, we are going to be starting the Python track. But this, once we are done with today's session, I will send in the assignment for next week so that we can start working on Python. So next week, we are going to have one of our TAs taking us Python, introduction to Python. So like we know, Python is where you automate things. So I know you guys are going to have a blast. So I'm also going to, within the week, I will also send your capstone for the SQL track. So it's not, don't be afraid, it's not going to be that big like the main capstone, but I'll send a capstone. So you guys are going to try to like use SQL to do like a little data pipeline for us. So today is I think introduction to data engineering. I believe that is what you guys did. Yeah, introduction to data engineering. Okay. So yes, introduction to data engineering. That's what's the topic for today. So I think, where did I even stop? So yeah, so I will send the capstone within the week so you can work your hands on like a portfolio project. I'll make it such that it will be like a portfolio project so that you can post on your GitHub or wherever it is that you are working from. So expect it between Tuesday and Wednesday. So if that is all, guys, so thank you for attending the session and staying up to this point. I really appreciate your efforts, and we will try to make the class much more interactive, much more interesting as we go along. So with this, we'll call it a night. So good night, guys. Thank you, Israel. Thank you, Ademola. Thank you, Edmond. Thank you, Hamza. Thank you, Jamil. And thank you, Akimi. So good night, guys.
Please see my screen.
Yes, very much.
Okay. So I've deleted and in the process of searching for that empty right now.